Target acquired. Destroy. Destroy. Destroy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3, the conclusion of my Hate Live podcast for January 25th, 2018. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube and you didn't see the first 2 parts, I strongly urge you to check those out first. I mean, there's so many topics that I covered, including the tax situation, my business status, plans for the future, my girlfriend moving in, my 10-year anniversary plans, gaming news. There's so much I covered. You don't want to miss those first 2 parts, okay? This last part is going to cover 2 main subjects. The first is going to be, I'm actually going to run through the gaming calendar that I have over here. And I'm going to let you know the games that are coming up that I'm interested in playing. And then I'm also going to be asking the stream chat, is there anything that I missed out on in the next few months that I should add to the calendar? Because chances are I missed stuff and or there's been updates since I updated this like 2 weeks ago. Maybe there's updates since then. And then the second half of this part will be Q&A. I'm going to open up the stream chat to Q&A, and that would be the time. If people want to cheer, sub, and tip with questions, that would be the time to do it, because then I'll be responding directly to those, okay? All right, so first, let's talk gaming schedule update. First of all, folks, as I've already told you in this podcast, there have been 0 new releases so far in January, at least any that I've been interested in. I have not played any new games. I did play a couple betas, the Dragon Ball FighterZ beta, the Metal Gear Survive beta. That was terrible. But yeah, now we're finally coming up on new stuff. The one new game that I did play was Batman, the Telltale series, Season 2, which is called The Enemy Within, Episode 4. So I am caught up with that game as of now. I've played all the episodes that are available. I skipped The Inpatient. This week was going to be The Impatient, a PSVR game that's survival horror from the makers of Until Dawn. It's like a prequel to that game. Reason I skipped it is because, number one, it's a PSVR game, which guess what? It means I need to have the VR headset on for like an 8-hour game, which means having to take frequent breaks, sweating, fogginess of the stupid eye lenses. I can't see the stream chat, so I wouldn't be able to react to your cheers, subs, tips, or talk to you guys during the stream, which obviously is a big bummer. So after weighing and balancing my options, I said, you know what? I'm just going to forego it and do other stuff. So what did I do? I actually started my Super Mario Sunshine playthrough this week, which, by the way, people are loving it. You know, the streams have been amazing. I mean, I can't complain. People wanted to see Sunshine. I started it. People have been absolutely supportive. So I think I made the right choice there, honestly. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what actually is coming up in the next few months that I'm interested in playing. First of all, obviously, what's coming out tomorrow? Dragon Ball FighterZ, which apparently it's called Dragon Ball FighterZ, not Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't understand that. Why they capitalized the Z on the logo. They screwed up grammatically, whatever. But it's Dragon Ball FighterZ. Starts tomorrow. So yes, I'll be covering it. I'll be starting with offline content, including going through, say, whatever the narrative story mode is with different characters, trying them out in training mode to learn basic bread and butter combos and things with them. If there's trials, I'll be doing those, seeing what other offline content the game has. Then yes, going online, playing online. This entire weekend is going to be a major focus on Dragon Ball FighterZ, okay? Then on Tuesday, the release of Dissidia NT Final Fantasy. I played the beta and actually liked it. I played with a variety of characters during the beta, who I think I'll be checking out during the final game as well. If people are looking to maybe do co-op with me and stuff this coming week in Final Fantasy Dissidia on the PS4, yes, I'd be willing to do it. So be sure to let me know if you're interested in co-oping with me. It is a 3-on-3 combat arena style game. So we're going to have that coming up this week. Now, later on in the week, UFC 3 is releasing on the 2nd of February, Friday. Originally, I wasn't going to play this game, but I seem to get a backlash from people saying, no, you should be playing it. We want to see you play UFC. It's a completely retooled game from the ground up, and we want to see you play it. What do you guys think? What I need, not necessarily all in stream chat right now, but if you guys could get to me with information on if you want to see UFC 3 or if I should forego it, I'd appreciate it. Reason being, I don't want to drop $60 on a game that I play 1 or 2 streams and people are incredibly bored and then say, move on to something else. That's exactly what happened with UFC 2. I created my character, I played 2 streams, and by the end of the second stream, people were like, do something else. I was like, well, what a waste of time this was. Waste of time and money. I wish I hadn't bought the game. So, you know, I'd like to hear your thoughts about it, okay? Please let me know what you think. and we'll go from there. Whether, I see some people are telling me now their feedback in the stream chat. I'm fully aware this will be a video on YouTube. Leave comments on the video. Social media at They Call Me DSP. Let me know what you think. Let me know, should I be playing UFC? Okay. Now, a game I definitely will be playing is the Shadows of the Colossus remake, which is coming out on Tuesday, February 6th. They've retooled and recreated the game from the ground up with modernized controls, modernized gameplay, and modernized graphics, which is awesome because Shadow of the Colossus was a game that looked amazing on PS2. I played the PS3 remastered version, which in my opinion looked great. Now can you imagine it with actual modernized PS4 graphics? I'm actually really excited. I think this could be a really fun playthrough and a really fun series of streams for you guys. So, Shadow of the Colossus, yes, absolutely, I'm playing it, okay? The next major release coming out is Dynasty Warriors 9. Now, originally, I was going to completely skip this game. Being honest, I was going to skip it. I wasn't going to play it. But then someone contacted me and said, Phil, you aware they've redesigned the game from the ground up. Everything is different, redone, remastered. The graphics look amazing now. Unlike the last 3 or 4 of these games that came out, they've actually redone the game to look good on modern consoles. And also the fact that, again, like I said, they have new gameplay elements and things to it. Basically, it's like if I was going to play a Dynasty Warriors game, this should be the one I play because the last few have just kind of been the same game rehashed. But this one they're actually redoing. And the other thing is, because of my new streaming style, right? It used to be I'm playing a boring, repetitive game, but I'm hyper-focused on the game. So here I am doing almost no commentary, just mashing, killing. Instead now, we could have a more interactive style stream where people are talking to me and I'm reacting to them. Take a look, for example, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That game isn't very entertaining to watch until the very end, but during the dead times or boring times, I'm constantly asking or answering questions in the stream chat or whatever. The streaming changes have totally changed everything, the way that I put out content. So I'm almost thinking this could be a game where it's different, where the boring parts aren't boring, because that's when I'll interact with the stream chat. And then if it gets to an exciting boss fight, now we focus on the game again. You know what I mean? I think it could be pretty good. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Because here's the thing, that game comes out on the 13th. If you remember from earlier on this podcast, it's actually February 12th through the 15th that I will not be live streaming because my girlfriend is arriving. So therefore, no, I won't be able to play it exactly on release day. It would have to start a little bit later on, okay? What do you think about that? Okay. In addition, also in February, there is the Secret of Mana remake. Okay, this is a game from Square Enix, one of their classic RPGs from the 1990s. I would say the Final Fantasy series, Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana were like the trifecta, the triforce of great RPGs that Square Enix put out. Of course, back then they were just Squaresoft during the 1990s. They redesigned this game to be totally new. Okay, totally new. And I'm actually very interested in playing it. But does anyone want to see me play a JRPG from the 90s remade for modern consoles? Or is this going to be a case where I go to play this game, all right, and now people are like, it's an RPG, it's boring, why is Phil playing this? He should be playing something more action-based. Because this happens a lot of the times when I try to play a game that I know I'll like, and then I go to play it, and people are like, just play like a modern game. Man, boring. So I don't know. What do you guys think? That's another one. I really am interested in playing. Now keep in mind, that comes out the 15th. So again, 12th through the 15th, I'm not streaming. But I could very much come back from my streaming time off and start playing that game as well. So I'm very much on the fence, both about Dynasty Warriors 9 and Secret of Mana. I don't know if I should play them, and I need your feedback. Now, the second half of February is when I'm going to resume my Super Mario Sunshine playthrough, because I figure by then I should have given Dragon Ball FighterZ, Dissidia, if I decide to play UFC, Shadow of the Colossus, all those games should have had enough time. And so I am going to return back to my Super Mario Sunshine playthrough in late February. So at the least, that's what I'll be doing and balancing with other stuff. But the other games that I balance that with, okay, the other things that I balance that with are going to be up to you. Do you want to see Dynasty Warriors? Do you want to see Secret of Mana? What am I playing? I need your feedback. All right. Okay. March. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it. March is a pretty dead month until the very end of the month. What I mean by that is the only new game supposedly coming out in early March is Yakuza 6. And frankly, guys, there have been way too many Yakuza games coming out recently. There have been. There's just too many. There was Yakuza, what was it? Yakuza 0 that I just played last year. Then there was Yakuza Kiwami that came out in the summer. I tried to play it. I had to put it on hiatus. Haven't even got a chance to get back to it. Now Yakuza 6. In 1 year, 3 Yakuza games released. Like, what the fuck are they thinking? I mean, it's too many in my opinion. Do I want to eventually play Yakuza 6? Of course I do. Especially, like I said, with my new streaming style, where if there's a lot of boring stuff going on in the game, I could fill it in with commentary, with talking with people in the stream chat or whatever. I think it could be very entertaining. But I don't want to play Yakuza 6 right away. I'm not going to be able to play Yakuza 6 before I finish Yakuza Kiwami. So I don't even know if I should play it. What do you guys think about that? I need your feedback, okay? So one of the stream chats is Kingdom Come is coming out in February. I don't even know what that is. What the hell is Kingdom Come? Anyone want to tell me? I've never heard of it. I don't know. What is Kingdom Come? That's why I'm doing this segment. So that you guys can tell me. You guys can tell me about, what's going on here. What is Kingdom Come? It's an RPG. A historical action RPG. It's PC only, then I can't play it. If it's PC only, no wonder I haven't heard about it. That's why. Guys, I cannot play PC games. You know that. It's a Kickstarter game? Oh, all right. Okay, we can ignore that. All right, moving on. So anyway, in March, that's what I mean. The whole first, 2 to 3 weeks of March, there's nothing coming out besides Yakuza 6. So that's going to leave it wide open for me to play games, maybe stuff I didn't get to in February. I could play in early March or finish up, Sunshine if I didn't finish that. Whatever. We'll have to see. But the whole first to end of March seems completely freaking empty, which sucks. I don't have a whole first half of a month that has nothing going down. Okay? All right. The second half of March, sadly, is too loaded. For example, starting on March 20th, we got Sea of Thieves. As I already mentioned on this podcast, I'll probably be playing it only because I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to get that $10 Microsoft Game Pass and play it for $10. Fuck that, of course. So I'll be able to try out Sea of Thieves in late March. Then we've got 2 games coming out on the same day. We've got A Way Out, which is the unique cooperative jailbreak game from the makers of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, a game that I really enjoyed playing a few years ago. Coming out on March 23rd. On that very same day, the release of Ni no Kuni 2. Yes, the sequel to the very popular JRPG that I played way back in early 2013. Finally coming out this year. I'm pumped for it. Again, since it's a JRPG, that's a game I feel during repetitive grinding time with combat, that's when I could be talking with Stream Chat and having a lot of fun. So I think that I could basically turn what would normally have been kind of a boring, isolated playthrough for YouTube into an interactive and fun playthrough for live streaming. So I'm looking forward to Ni no Kuni 2. Okay? All right. And then we got Far Cry 5 on the 27th. So within 1 week, 4 high-profile gaming releases in 1 fucking week. Why do they do this? Why? Why do game developers do this? Literally the entire first half of March has no major game releases. Let's release all 4 at the end of March, all in 1 week. It's like, smack your head against the fucking wall. I just don't understand it, dude. So yeah, I'll be hopefully focusing on and checking out all of those games. How am I going to handle 4 of them in 1 week? I have no fucking idea, but I am interested in all of those games. Okay. All right. April. I hate to say it, folks. It pretty much is almost another dead month. There's almost nothing going on in April. And that's rare because April typically is the month where there's a lot of stuff going on. Because April's my birthday. And usually in early April, I try to take time off for my birthday, and I never can because there's a new game or something hot going on around my birthday. This year, I may be taking time off for my birthday because it doesn't look like there's hell of a lot going on at all in April. And maybe I'll take some time off and me and my girlfriend maybe we'll go into Seattle for a couple days or something because early April, I see jack diddly dick when it comes to games. Now, It was supposed to be the release of We Happy Few. Anyone remember that game? Yeah, I know, right? You probably don't. It was actually almost 2 years ago in the summer of 2016. I did the early game preview, Microsoft game preview of We Happy Few. I bought it on the Xbox One and I played it, and it was interesting. It definitely was unfinished, but it was an interesting game. And I was like, man, I'd be very interested to see what this game's going to turn out to be in the final product, because right now it's definitely unfinished. So it was supposed to come out on the 13th of April. Guess what, folks? It just got delayed till the summer. Indefinite, no solid release date now. This game was supposed to come out last year, by the way. So this game's been delayed. It's starting to look like, I don't know how this game's going to turn out at this point. Seriously. But that being said, I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I really don't. So, We Happy Few, we'll see this summer how it turns out. I own it. That's the thing. I bought it on Microsoft Game Preview. So technically I own the game. I'm going to play it whenever it comes out, but delayed. So that's not there anymore. So literally there's only 2 games coming out in April that I can see that are major releases. God of War, which is a big bombshell. I know it was just announced this week. It's coming out April 20th. Smoke weed every day. April 20th, it's coming out. And then, as I've already mentioned in this podcast, the Nintendo Labia, whatever it's called, earlobe, the Nintendo earlobe is coming out also on 420. And already I've got people going nuts. Phil, you've got to get this fucking thing. We want to see you build the cardboard. Imagine you and your girlfriend building these cardboard things and trying to use them with the Switch. So, I don't know. Will I be getting it? Probably. Probably. So, there you go. That's literally the games in the first 3 to 4 months of the year. The one other release that I'm very hyped for doesn't have a release date yet. The Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. All right. I'm really pumped for this. Let me tell you guys why. As you guys know, I used to be a professional Street Fighter player, and I was really, really good at Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That was the game I was the best at. I was also pretty decent at Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This collection coming out sometime in May 2018 is going to supposedly have online play-enabled versions of Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, as well as Street Fighter Alpha 3. Plus, it's going to have versions of like every version of Street Fighter 2. It's supposed to have Street Fighter 3, the first and second versions. It's also supposed to have Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2. But really, it's a moot point. They'll be in the collection, but they don't have online play, so you can't play them competitively. You're not going to get much out of those, right? So, I'm hoping, please, Capcom, please, after the atrociously bad fucking job you did on Ultra Street Fighter 2 last year for the Switch, please make this collection worthwhile. Please make it at least be a semblance of competitive play. I would love to make videos for you guys and streams showing you how to play with characters in Super Turbo, showing you, in the lab videos, little strategies with hitboxes, combos, doing sets with each character in Super Turbo. I would absolutely love to do that for you. But the game has to fucking be good and work. And I couldn't do that with Ultra Street Fighter 2 because the game was a broken fucking mess. So hopefully this version is good. I'll have a joystick, to actually play it on, unlike I didn't have on the Switch. It could be pretty good. And of course, Third Strike, I love the game. Even though I'm not great at it, I do love playing the game. And I definitely want to play Third Strike as well online. Alpha 3 I'll play online, but I'm terrible at the game. I was never good at it. I didn't like it. Actually, I did not like the Alpha series that much, and Alpha 3 was my least favorite of all 3 of them. So I'll play it, and I'll probably get bodied, be real. But I'll play just for the hell of it, just have fun, dick around. But I know I'm not going to do very well in it. And of course, Hyper Fighting, that Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, is actually a really broken-ass game. It's funny as hell. Dude, I'm not even kidding you. Zangief. You know his standing short kick, where he kicks out his leg like a thigh kick, almost like a shin kick? He can spinning pile drive you from the distance of the tip of his fucking foot in that game. So you could be like half a screen away, press a button, and he's like, okay, hoo, and grabs you. It's broken as fuck. That game is so broken. But it's fun to play, so I'm very much looking forward to this Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, 30th Anniversary Collection in May. I could put out a tremendous amount of content for you guys. Streams of the various games, having fun with them, blowing them up, showing you different things in them. But I hope the collection is good. All right. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Now, I did get a tip from Nick, and he did give me a dollar tip. He says, in March, there's an indie MMO called Identity going into early access. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5, but with a more interactive world and life simulator elements. I'm not asking if you would play it, but are you interested in the concept? I would want to see it, I would want to see if it's something that I could actually make entertaining, streams and content out of. I guess we'll see. But, it's an MMO, and sadly, as you guys know, whenever I play an MMO, it lends itself to trolling. So I don't know if I'd be interested necessarily that much in it. I guess we'll see. But if anyone has any games that you feel have solid release dates for the first 3 to 4 months of the year that I left out of this segment, let me know. Write me an email, darksidefil@hotmail.com. Tweet me at theycallmeDSP. Make a thread on my forums on thekingofhate.com. Let me know, because I don't want to miss out on any major releases. But from the most part, this year looks like almost a dead year. After you get to the second half of February, there's not a lot going on. So it may be me doing filler content. Maybe I'll do some of those events I mentioned, my 10th anniversary events. Maybe I'll do some of those playthroughs during this period of time when there's nothing going on. It may be the right opportunity to do that stuff. Okay? So I guess we'll find out. All right, folks. To end today's Hate Live podcast, what I'm going to do right now is officially say, yes, now is the time. If you'd like to cheer, sub, and tip with a question, or if you just want to try to throw your question randomly into the stream chat and see if you can get it answered. This is now the Q&A segment. This could be 5 minutes. This could be 50 minutes. It all depends on how you guys do and what questions you ask me, and we'll go from there. So now I'm opening it up totally to Q&A for the rest of the show. This will end the show. Thank you guys so far for being very supportive on this session. I really do appreciate it. All right. And let's get started. All right, would you like some balls? Ask me my pick for the men's and women's Royal Rumble this year. My picks, I don't know, man. Obviously, I think for the women's, the shoe in here is Asuka. They want Asuka to be hype. She's undefeated. They want her to win this thing so she could go and headline WrestleMania and be her big triumphant win at WrestleMania. Now she's the top female wrestler in the company. But I don't know. Whenever there's a clear-cut chosen winner, you know what I mean? She's probably going to win. I always get the feeling they're not. They're going to swerve. It's going to be a fucking swerve where you think that's the case and that's not going to happen, right? Or, on the flip side, maybe she will win the Royal Rumble, win at WrestleMania, and then Carmella cashes in Money in the Bank, hits her with the briefcase, and now Carmella's the champion or something crazy like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Men's, I honestly don't have a goddamn clue. I have no idea who's winning the Men's Royal Rumble this year, and I'm happy with that. Because when you have no idea, it means the Rumble's worth watching. You have an open mind, and you watch it wondering, wow, I wonder what's going to happen, rather than, well, we all kind of know Batista's coming back, and he's going to win this year. You know what I mean? So I'm happy about that. Okay. Atlas Telemon did a 75-bit cheer. He says, Phil, what's the story when you filmed Justin Wong playing Street Fighter 2 on an arcade with an upside-down gameplay? This was at Midwest Championships. This was one of the tournaments I actually mentioned right here. It was one of the earlier videos that I ever put up on the internet on YouTube. And what they did, it was called Mystery Games Challenge. You would enter a tournament. I think it was like a $5 entry fee. And you would just be playing random games. It could be an arcade game. It could be a console game. It could be anything. Or it could be a game that you're used to playing with a weird gimmick. And what Justin, in his round of the tournament, he had to play an arcade version, right, of Street Fighter 2 upside down. So your controls are reversed and you're trying to figure it out. It was pretty funny. I remember some other games we played were this weird game with giant robots, but also monsters fighting. I don't even know what the fuck it was called. A really weird, it was like an N64 random ass fighting game or something like that. We played ticket games, like Skee Ball was part of it. That was one of the better videos when John Rambo was doing Skee Ball for the tournament. Random ass ticket games where you have to stop lights and stuff. And then for the finals, the one year that I made it to the finals, it was the Nintendo World Championships cartridge for the NES, which had, oh god, what was it? Not Pole Position, the other one. Rad Racer, and Tetris, and Super Mario Brothers in a gauntlet-style setting where you had to try to have certain objectives, like the best time in Rad Racer, the most points in Tetris, and getting the most coins in Super Mario Brothers or something like that. And that year I won. That year I actually won the Random Games tournament, which was really awesome. But yeah, that was one of the random events in a Random Games event that we did during the Midwest Championships back then. Mr. Papavera did a 25-bit cheer. He says, would you be up to other kinds of vlogging while out and about, like if you went on a trip? Here's the thing. Give you an example. Let's say my girl and I go to Seattle. Like I just mentioned, maybe we'll go on a mini trip in early April just to Seattle, which is 45 minutes away. We'll vlog stuff that we do there and stuff, you know. Yes, that I would do. Would I vlog if we're just doing local stuff here? No. Because number one, when I'm out and about spending time with my girl locally, I don't want to fucking be filming everything. And number two, that's, you know, you're showing the locations where you're hanging out and stuff could be, let's be honest, kind of dangerous with some of the weirdos out there. We've already seen people taking pictures of me and shit at the mall without my permission. So now can you imagine people creeping around these areas where they know that I frequent all the time? So no, regular vlogs like that I wouldn't do. However, on a vacation or time away on a special trip or something, yes, I would. Okay. The Alpha 1550 just did a 100-bit cheer. It says, I was introduced to you by Resident Evil 5 DLC when you played it with John Rambo. You seem to be doing much better and you seem happier than you have been recently. I hope that you and your new girl have a lasting and loving relationship. Thank you very much. I thought that was a question, but it wasn't. It was just a nice cheer. Thank you very much, Alpha, for that. Okay. So, back to the stream chat. Let's see what questions people are asking. Jachurdy asks, if you play Final Fantasy VI, would you try to do as much of the side content as possible? I already played Final Fantasy VI, Jachurdy, and I did all the side content in the game. I was talking about Final Fantasy IV. Now in Final Fantasy IV, yes, I would do as much side content as possible. There's not a ton at all. There's a bit, like there's a few side caves and side missions in particular that I remember doing. And there's a lot of hidden stuff in the towns and stuff. There's actually a hidden developers room where if you go into this room, there's all these characters who are supposed to be representative of like the game developers. It was pretty cool. I think I remember where it is. I'd have to, yeah, it's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy IV, but I'm pretty sure I remember where it is. But I would do as much as possible. Yeah, especially Final Fantasy IV is not a long game. I think even if you do all the content, I think at most it's like 12 hours long or something like that. So I would definitely try to do all the content of the game. Yes. All right. Shout out to Shadow Steve, who just did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Phil, Final Fantasy IX was released on PS4. Have you played it before? It's a really great game. No. I've never played Final Fantasy IX. It's one of the very few Final Fantasy games in the mainstream numbered series that I never really experienced. I played it for just a couple of hours on PC once, and then it stopped working. So I never really experienced the full game at all. So I definitely, that would be one I would consider if that's something people would ever want to see. Okay? Anonymous just tipped me $1. So I got an anonymous $. He says, Kingdom Come is not a PC exclusive. It will also be on the PS4 and Xbox. It's an open-world RPG set in a historically accurate medieval kingdom. It's made by some of the people who made Mafia 2. I think it's worth looking into for downtime. Okay, well. Hey, if it comes out during that ridiculously dead time in March, maybe I'll consider doing it. I had not heard about it at all until today. So maybe that's one I should add to the list. I don't know when it releases. No one told me a release date for it. Atlas Telemon just did a 50-bit cheer. Says, would you be open to drop the first few matches of any PlayerUnknown's Battleground stream in high loot locations just to see a bit more variety in the type of gameplay? Yes. If that's really what people demand and they want to see me drop in a location. All right. I want to see Phil drop here or there or wherever. I'll do it. I mean, let's face it. Anything to make those streams more interesting, I would do it. Okay? Channel 33 did a 50-bit cheer. Here comes the drama cheer, everyone. But it's a question, so I'll address it. He says, The Secret Life of DSP. If you guys aren't aware, for 2 years now, he's made the worst of DSP gaming series. Total negative video about me on YouTube, and it got hundreds of thousands of views both years. He says, he made an announcement 2 days ago. He's retired from making any type of DSP videos. If he changed the thumbnail of his current video, would you unban him as a sign of being above the negativity? He's very sorry and will never make a DSP video ever again. By the way, if you want to know, I think the reason he did it is because a big chunk of his current video about me is about the escort, which wasn't real. But he made a big chunk of his video, which now has over 100,000 views about it. So basically, he's been passing mass slander about me that's not true, and I think he feels bad about it now. He says, also, what kind of detractors are worthy of receiving the olive branch you mentioned earlier this week? Keep up the work and God bless. Listen, right now, sorry, his video is slanderous. He has a giant segment in it about an escort that doesn't exist, and I've been completely exonerated. So the only way that I would forgive him is if he took the video down. What he needs to do, honestly, I don't care if he's going to make a video about bad gaming moments, but when he puts shit in there about my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and shit about that's personal, that has nothing to do with him, when he has shit in there about an escort that doesn't exist, fuck you. All right. So if he wants to re-edit the video and take the personal slanderous attacks out and just put stuff of me sucking in games and making fun of me sucking in games, okay, I'll forgive him and I'll unban him and he can come right back. But no, sorry, you made a nasty fucking video about me with mass slander and bullshit that's not true. It's been proven now not to be true. Until you take the video down, fuck you. So there you go. All right. Now, he also says, what kind of detractors are worthy of receiving the olive branch? It's like I said earlier this week, all right? I don't mind people making fun of me for stupid shit that I do online. When I accidentally had an accident on stream, that was fucking funny. Sorry, you can make fun of me till the cows come home. I fucked up. There you go. God, God's honest truth. I fucked up. You want to make fun of me for that? Fine. You want to make fun of me for sucking in a game and swearing and raging and yelling at the game developers? Fine. That's fine. But when you make slanderous shit up about me, you bring up my ex-girlfriend who I haven't talked about in months and aren't going to mention anymore because I've moved on, and you're still bringing her up. That's the other thing. You already know I have a new girlfriend. Let's bring up the ex again. What? That's a past chapter of my fucking life. Like, talk about being an asshole who just wants to fucking annoy and or jab rather than actually have legit criticism, right? You want to have legit criticism or make fun of me for shit that I did that's stupid? Fine. You want to make personal attacks, make shit up, and slander? That's who I don't want to deal with, all right? And that's when I was extending the olive branch. I was kind of saying, listen, I don't care about this is how you don't play. I don't care about people who are going to be doing legitimate criticisms of my stuff. But when you make nasty, negative shit all the time, that's wrong. Okay, that's when I get pissed. All right, someone just made a video on YouTube blowing up the whole catfishing situation with this escort, okay, and explaining that the whole thing was fake or whatever, and basically exonerating me of any blame. Great. Oh, but in the intro of that video, that asshole just had to take a fucking jab and say, oh, and Phil said that his girlfriend could never go to the hospital, which I never said. Complete blatant lie taken out of context. Oh, and in the past, Phil said this and that, and stole from his fans and this and that, and that just had to be put into the intro of the video. He couldn't just make a video about Phil was scammed or was meant to be scammed by escorts. You have to take the cheap shot and the jab and the personal attack. Fuck you. That's the kind of person I'm never going to forgive, because you literally don't want to just laugh and make fun of the foibles and things that I do wrong that are funny. You want to be personal and make shit up. Well, then go fuck yourself. Because I'm not going to put up with shit that's completely fabricated or taken out of context to make me look bad. There's a difference between making fun of someone who actually fucked up or slandering someone for your own personal benefit. And I'm not accepting of the second group. I am accepting of the first group. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Atlas Telemon did a 25-bit cheer. He says, don't you know? Oh, wait. Excuse me. Choking. Don't know if you already addressed this, but will you play Zelda Breath of the Wild DLCs? If there's significant DLC that's story-based and people want to see me play it, yes. But from what I've heard, all the game basically had was more puzzle dungeons and weapons added. So what's the point, right? So, yeah, I would only go back if there was a significant amount of people who wanted to see it and if there was something worth playing again. Just adding a few puzzle dungeons or whatever doesn't seem like it's worth it to me. That Indie Glow did a 50-bit cheer and says, do you think Square Enix should remember old Final Fantasy games as the next entry to get new viewers to... Oh, excuse me. I completely screwed this up. Let me try this again. Do you think that Square Enix should remaster old Final Fantasy games as the next entry to get new viewers to experience the old classics but in modern graphics? For example, Final Fantasy VI as Final Fantasy 16. No, it should not be Final Fantasy 16, but you could easily say Final Fantasy 6 Remastered or Final Fantasy 6 EX version, Yes, these games, quite honestly, the original Final Fantasies 4 and 6, in my opinion, have the best plots of all the Final Fantasy games. No lie. They're just amazing writing, great character development. The plot of Final Fantasy IV, wait till you guys see me play this game. If you've never played the game before, don't spoil yourself. Don't read a plot synopsis or whatever. You're going to be blown away at how good the fucking plot of that game is. It's got twists and turns. It's like a fucking soap opera in a lot of ways. It's really good. And why the hell they haven't, jumped on and made those more modernized games, I have no idea, because there hasn't been writing like that since the 1990s. I would love to see those games remastered. Concrete Casket did a 50-bit cheer and says, stoked for the Mass Effect 2 playthrough, but would you consider playing on a harder difficulty? I don't know. I honestly don't know how hard the harder difficulties are in Mass Effect 2. I have no clue. If it's going to make the playthrough just annoying to the fuck where I'm going to be dying constantly, no, I don't want to do that, Plus, I remember that game is really long. So if I'm going to redo a second playthrough of it and put a lot of time into it, I may not want to do harder just for the fact that I want to, via time constraints, be able to finish it within a certain amount of time. And not that it's a 4-week playthrough. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see. But would I consider it? Yes, but people better, let me know what's going on. Is it viable? Is it something that I should do or not? I don't know. Alice Telemon did 100-bit cheer. He says, I don't want to stir any pots, but from someone who has been the victim of trolls himself, I don't understand why Rich from Review Tech USA gives your trolls a podium so often in his videos. I don't know. I don't watch his videos. I don't care about the fucking guy. What I know about is the guy is basically bipolar. And what I mean by that is one day he'll be supportive. Wow, I really feel for Phil. That accident that happened in 2016, he was one of the few YouTubers that kind of stood up and instead of making fun of me, he said, wow, that was a legitimate accident, but I think he'll be okay if he just stays the course and stays positive. Then next thing you know, oh my God, did you see Phil's views are down on his channels? How's he going to keep it in business and stuff? It's like, what? Like, how could you be so positive and be a nice guy and the next thing you're doing drama videos about me and shit? Like, what the fuck? So I want nothing to do with the guy, really. I mean, seriously, I don't care about him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's probably already in dire straits because he's reliant on YouTube income. He doesn't have a streaming presence like I do. So I don't know what the fuck he's doing with videos. I could give two shits. And if he's doing drama videos, fuck it. Go ahead and fall right in line with all the other losers on YouTube who can't put out any kind of actual constructive, positive content and make a quick buck. Sorry, if that's what you got to do, lowest common denominator, hey, whatever. I'll have nothing to do with it. I'm in a totally different venue here on Twitch. I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, so fuck everything else. Jean d'Arc just gave me a $20 tip. And he says, I can't always give this much, but you certainly deserve it, man. Thank you. He says, good for you on rising above the negativity. Honestly, man, you're a good person. You went through a lot of shit recently. Thanks for always being so cool and making me laugh. Thank you, Jean d'Arc, for that really nice, generous tip and the support. I appreciate it. Daggerborn just did a 100-bit cheer and asks, have you ever considered playing The Surge, given its similarities to Dark Souls? Sorry if you already played it. I did not play it, and the reason I didn't play it is from the people who made Lords of the Fallen. And Lords of the Fallen was an incredibly broken piece of garbage at launch. And after that, I lost faith in that game developer. I'm like, dude, I bought that game, and that game completely ripped me off. It was a piece of junk. And why would I ever believe that game developer could ever put out another game again that's worth playing? And quite frankly, a lot of people told me, don't play The Surge. It's not very good. So that's why I never played it. Okay. Well, let's go back to stream chat for a bit here. Let's see here. Well, Ornite says, the thing about Review Tech is that basically he gets trolled on a daily basis really badly, but when he talks about me and trolls me, he gets less trolling because the same negative people don't like him, but then they kind of, lay off on him because he's trolling me. What a great way, you don't like being attacked, so attack someone else instead. That sounds like a great strategy, Whatever, dude. He's the one who has to sleep at night, not me, All right, seeing if anyone else has any questions left here. No, I am not playing the Assassin's Creed Origins DLCs. As I said, the game was really good. It made my Game of the Year awards listing, okay? But I played a ridiculous amount of content into it. I played it for like 3 weeks. I'm tired of it. I don't want to go back and revisit it for DLC, so I'm not doing those, okay? Atlas Telemon just did another 100-bit series. He says, would love to see you do a revisited series where you look at old gameplay like Street Fighter 4 Madness and comment on it. Well, yeah, that's another idea. You know what? Fair enough, Atlas, you actually got me because I forgot to mention that. That may be something else that I do later this year as well. If I find another time with significant downtime where I'm not going to be replaying games that people want to see me replay, what I may do is a series where I just go back and watch my old videos and kind of like, wow, I could do live commentary on my old style videos and see what I think about it. A lot of YouTubers have apparently gone back and done that. But I know it's cliche because that's what people say. It's cliche. Everyone's done it. So, I don't know. If people would like to see me do that, like go back and do commentary, like picture in picture. So I have like the camera here and we're watching it together on stream or something like that. Old videos of mine, I'd be willing to do it. But, I don't know if people would be interested in that or not. Channel 33 did a 50-bit cheer. Says, can you play Shenmue 1 or 2 sometime in the future? I don't know how to do it. Did they ever remake them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Shenmue 1 and 2 were remade for modern consoles. I know they were on Dreamcast, but there's no real way to play Dreamcast besides emulators and stuff, which isn't going to work for me. So, if there ever was a way to play those games, I would consider playing them, but I don't know how. Yeah, now if there were and people want to see me play them, let me know. Solid Fantasy just did a 500-bit cheer and says, would you ever try out the Legacy of Kain franchise? It's one of the only favorite franchises left of mine you haven't actually tried. It's basically Zelda-style puzzles and combat with vampires and adult-oriented writing. Yes, I am aware of Legacy of Kain. If I remember correctly, I might have rented one of the games once. I remember playing one of the games, but I don't remember which one it was. But you're right, I remember it kind of is. If ever anything, I feel like Legacy of Kain turned into the Darksiders series, right? Those franchises are pretty similar. They really are. Again, is there a way to play the Legacy of Kain games? Were they ever made remastered? If not, can they be played digitally on, say, PS3? Sure, then I would consider playing them. Again, for all these retro games, people ask me all the time, will I be playing these retro games? Well, it has to be demand. For example, folks, in February, one of the goals I'm going to have for Twitch subs is if I hit a certain amount of subs on my Twitch channel, it'll be the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough. So we'll hit the sub level, and then patrons for that month will be nominating and voting on a new playthrough I'll be doing coming up after Super Mario Sunshine ends. Nominate and vote on these kind of games. You know what I mean? You want to see Legacy of Kain, you want to see Shenmue, and if these games are playable via modern means, I'd be more than happy to play them for you. Okay? Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer and says, is there any use to contact Twitch that we could like to see you go to TwitchCon? The bottom line is, folks, I'm completely 100% out of the loop when it comes to these conventions. I used to be paying attention to them and everything. That was a different era. 2012 was really the last time I paid attention. It's 6 years later. I'm sure there's way more conventions. I know TwitchCon is huge now. People coming out to meet their favorite live streamers and everything. I don't know about it. I don't even know when it is, where it is, nothing. I know nothing about it. If you want to see me at TwitchCon, great. But the bottom line is, you guys know I have to work my ass off now to pay my bills and get out of, I already explained that this podcast itself, there's issues coming up this year with taxes and stuff that I'm going to have to make as much money as I possibly humanly can before then. So for me to take time away to go to a convention, I don't know if it'll be viable. Now, I don't know when TwitchCon is. Maybe if it's near the end of the year, yeah, actually, I take it back. TwitchCon's in October, and I know that because I did a special event during TwitchCon. I live streamed, right? If opportunity presents itself and this year is amazingly positive and people want to see me go to TwitchCon and enough people contact Twitch and say, can we make it happen? Maybe they'll contact me and say, are you interested? And if I am, maybe I can work with Twitch to figure shit out. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, with the positivity, the amount of positivity I've seen, the growth on this channel, the sky's the limit at this point. That's kind of how I'm seeing. I don't want to say yes or no to anything. Is TwitchCon something that I'm focusing on and I'm definitely planning to do? No. But if things go well this year, it's a possibility. There you go. Jean d'Arc did a 25-bit cheer. He says, would you ever consider going back to Silent Hill 2? It's one of your best playthroughs. Sure. If people ever wanted to see me go back to Silent Hill 2 Remastered and do a second playthrough of it as my things that I'm doing this year, I would do it. Keep in mind, Silent Hill 2 I played before Direct Capture. So it looked like shit. I could replay it Direct Capture and make it a better playthrough for you. Okay? Shout out to Straight Cash Homie who resubbed to the channel for the third month in a row. Thank you, Straight Cash Homie, for the resub. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Papa Vera, Mr. Papa Vera, just did a 25-bit cheer. He says, another thing, would you consider planning and saving for a major vacation? I was thinking since you have Italian heritage, a vacation to Italy would be cool. Watching vlog uploads there would be awesome to see. Listen, that's like the furthest thing from my thinking. I barely have enough money to pay my bills and now my taxes. I can't save money. You know what I mean? I'm in so much debt right now. I can't save money. All my money goes towards paying the debts, paying the bills, paying the taxes. But again, I'll say it again, with how positive things are going so far this year, if I can stay at this level and keep shit up as positively as it's been recently, and imagine if the Twitch channel keeps growing this year exponentially the way it is, maybe by the end of this year, I'll be in such a good financial position, I won't have to worry about that shit. And yeah, then maybe I could start to plan. I'll tell you right now, the first vacation I want to do is California. Then maybe Vegas and or Canada. And then after that, then maybe considering doing other stuff. But European vacation is massively expensive. That would be one long term that I'd like to do, okay? Atlas Telemon did a 39-bit cheer, and he says, if you ever replay a Grand Theft Auto game, I would prefer Grand Theft Auto 5. Thanks for the stream today. Well, See, if I'm going to redo a retro playthrough this year, it's probably going to be one of the originals that I did. 3, Vice City, or San Andreas, only because those playthroughs have been ruined on YouTube by its Content ID system. So replaying them with no music, but with the modernized graphics of those remastered versions that came out recently, I think could be very beneficial and fun playthroughs. So, there you go. But would I ever replay Grand Theft Auto 5? Of course, again, yes, it's always a possibility. Nikki, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn just did a 25-bit cheer and says, Phil, would you ever bring back live calls for your fans? It would be a great way to connect with us on a more personal level. I have no way to do them. Skype, sadly, is not safe. It's not. It's not safe. If I give you my Skype ID to call me, you can find my IP. Discord, I'm not going to bother with. I tried doing Discord, and immediately, once starting it, got trolled the fuck out of there. I have no way to take live calls. Straight Cash Homie did a 200-bit cheer and says, Fear Effect for PS1 straight horror and puzzles. If that, again, available game, something that people could maybe nominate and vote if we hit a goal and we're going to do Patron's Choice again. There you go. That's another game to keep in mind, but thank you for the cheer, Straight Cash Homie. And last but not least, Rave Comic did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Are you enjoying how much better Twitch is treating you over the hate that was on YouTube? It seems way more people like you here. Yeah, dude, like no lie, Rave Comic. I'm not even kidding here. Okay? I'm not even kidding here. Twitch has been such a different, positive, eye-opening experience for me this past year. On YouTube, all I ever got was, you suck, you're a terrible person, here's why, you're slander. The video comments just got increasingly worse and worse and worse because people wanted to get noticed in negative videos about me. And it just got to the point where I'm like, why am I even doing this anymore? If this is all I'm going to get, just people hating on me. And then I switched to Twitch, and look what happens. It's the complete polar opposite. People love what I'm doing. People like me again. They see positivity in my work and what I'm doing. I love coming out to do it on a daily basis now. It's the complete polar opposite of what was happening on YouTube. If anything, what it shows, YouTube turned into an absolutely disgusting, toxic, nasty place where anyone could just be anonymous and do nasty shit to each other. Twitch is the complete opposite. Here, I actually show up in fucking search results. So when I play new games, people come in and say, oh, Phil's playing a new game. I want to check this out. I don't even show up on YouTube, right? Like, it's such a different experience. And again, I love the interactivity with you guys for stream chat and everything. It's so much fun. The PlayerUnknown's Battleground streams, I don't even like the game. Those are some of my favorite streams because I get to have so much fun with people at night just shooting the shit. You know what I mean? I can't do that on YouTube. But YouTube, oh my God, this video has like 100 views and no one cares about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't give a fuck about views on that. I just care about having fun, man. It's so different. It's so different. I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank you to Nikki, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, who just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much. Astro Jetboy did a 25-bit cheer and asked, can't you use a VPN for Skype? Yes, but VPNs dramatically slow down your internet, meaning I wouldn't be able to live stream. So I could do a podcast with a VPN, but I can't live stream it, so that negates the point of doing the podcast. Bentboxer did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Tag365 is asking, am I interested in Biomutant? I don't even know what that is. Again, another game. Maybe it's a good one. Maybe it's something I should check out. Never heard of Biomutant. What is it? I don't know anything about it, so. Straight Cash Homie did a 25-bit cheer. Says there's too many trolls on YouTube. I know. YouTube, literally because of what Google did to the website, it's literally the management of YouTube said, we want to change it to promote this kind of video, to have this kind of promotion for this kind of content. And the moment they did that, they pushed my kind of content to the bottom of the barrel, and all the drama videos, the toxic videos, the absolute anal shit videos went to the top. They actually rose to the top. And what happens when you have the negative drama shit content, toxic content rise to the top? The toxic people come to comment. The toxic people invade the website. And all YouTube has become is little kids who talk shit on videos and do drama. It's YouTube's fault. They're the reason ad revenues plummeted. They're the reason you've got dick fucks, brainless, mindless pieces of human shit like Logan Paul making videos joking in front of dead bodies in the Japanese suicide forest. They did it by changing the website algorithms and everything. That's what they created, and now they're living with their own pile of toxic, just disgusting, poisonous, fecal shit. They're living with it. And now they're going to go out of business. I really do feel if Amazon comes out with a competitor, YouTube will die. Because no one wants to be a part of their shit anymore. We're done with it. Ping Pong Pang just tipped me $10. Wow, thank you very much, Ping Pong Pang. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, and thanks for the tip. I appreciate that. I got an anonymous dollar tip that says Assassin's Creed Rogue is getting a remaster for PS4 on March 20th. Oh my god, the same day as all those other games. Do you think you'd consider playing it for downtime in the summer? Yes, I would. The thing is, I never played Assassin's Creed Rogue. I still own it over here on PS3. I have it. And I never played it. People have always told me to play it because it's a good game, but it never won. Like, I would have polls and stuff. It never won a poll. Now they're remastering it and releasing it the same week as Sea of Thieves, A Way Out, Ni no Kuni 2, and Far Cry 5. Why? Why not release it 2 weeks earlier when there's no new releases, you dumb fucks? Oh my god, why are they so stupid? Why are they so stupid? Yes, I want to play it, but now I don't know if I'll be like, I would play it when it was new, but I don't know if I'll be able to now. We'll have to see. Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Don did a 225-bit cheer and says, have you ever thought about bringing back the videos where you make fun of people trying to be friends with you on Xbox and PSN? No. I'll tell you why. Number one, because I don't get those anymore. I stopped making those videos, so I don't get those random kind of messages anymore. And number two, because that series ran its course. It was funny when it was totally on the fly in reaction to the shit that I was getting just becoming an up-and-coming YouTube personality at the time. I would get tons of these messages randomly on Xbox Live and PSN, but then it kind of ran its course, and honestly, those videos are pretty malicious. Like me being a dick to maybe a kid who's just trying to send a nice message to a YouTuber who they like, and me being an asshole to them, it's not in good spirit, and that's why I've changed my series up into doing things like Ask the King, having Q&A segments on my show, being able to answer legitimate questions for people without them having to message me on Xbox Live or whatever. It's a much better way to do it, and I wouldn't want to go back to that kind of negativity. Okay. Rave Comic did another 25-bit cheer. Says, I found you on your Fallout 3 playthrough way back in the day, back when the comments seemed fine, and years later I see nothing but hate, and I was so confused what the hell happened because nothing changed with your content. You're right. You could watch a video from, the beginning, the middle, and recently of my YouTube career, and they all are the same. Reactionary commentary, making jokes, having fun. Yet at the beginning, I was great, but no one knew who I was. In the middle, I was like the big guy on YouTube for making game playthroughs. Everyone loved me. And at the end, everyone hates me. Even I'm terrible. What? It doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, folks. That is going to be it. I'm going to wrap up the podcast now. This is actually another hour segment, so over 3 hours today on the podcast. I want to say thank you guys very much for, number one, being so positive. Number two, being here for the show. Thank you for your cheers, subs, and tips. Actually, let's see where we're ending. Hold on. Curious here. Wow. So, I had, I believe, 9 subscriptions during the show. We're down to 551 subscribers. So you see what I mean about hitting 600 this month? I'm not feeling too good about it, only because so many people subscribed last month, and now those are expiring. Even though I had 9 new ones, we started at like 554, 555. We should have been into 560, but now we're all the way down to 551 because so many people, their subscriptions expired. So I hope we can maintain. I hope that we can hit 600 this month. I don't know if we're going to, realistically. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Great show, right? Tons of content covered. Right now, what I'm going to do, end the show, relax my voice, go upload these to YouTube, and have some dinner. Come back later tonight for another stream. I'll tell you what that is right after I end the show for those who are live. But I want to say thank you to everyone so far for a tremendously positive 2018. Again, the streams on Twitch are doing so well. People coming out and watching, cheering, subbing, tipping. I feel exponential growth. I feel nothing but positivity. I'm looking forward to the future so much, especially now. Finally, new releases are coming out. Maybe I'll even get a more influx of viewers. I can't wait. Seriously, thank you guys. We can go up from here in 2018. Let's see what happens. My girlfriend's moving in soon. That's going to be a whole new world of stuff. And then hopefully if I can get past this tax situation, fun stuff coming up this summer, 10-year anniversary, the Street Fighter collection in May. Oh my God, this year could be tremendously amazing. I'm feeling great. Thank you for allowing me to love what I do again. I mean that. Because there was a few years there, people were being so nasty and negative to me. I love what I do again. And it's all thanks to you. with much humble thanks, I sincerely say thank you to everyone watching, whether you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch, no matter how. Thank you so much, okay? That is it for Hate Live. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, folks. Thank you for watching. I will see you for all the new gameplay coming up shortly with the new releases hitting. But for now, I'm DSP signing off. Peace out and see you later.